Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Ash, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Ash Knows Travel, where I share trainings, walkthroughs, and insider tips to help travel advisors build confidence and book smarter. And tonight's training is all about how to turn holiday shoppers into future bookers. I'm going to show you how to use the holiday season to build connection, nurture leads, and fill your calendar with bookings for 2026. If you're live here, go ahead and drop a quick hello in the chat so that I know that you're with me. And of course, if you happen to be watching this on a replay, make sure you comment #replay so that I know that you stopped by. And before we get started, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell so you get notifications and you never miss when I go live. Our training for today is turning holiday shoppers into future bookers. The holidays bring traffic, which brings clicks and even DMs, but not everybody buys right now, right? So this training is going to show you how to turn those curious holiday browsers into long-term loyal clients who book in 2025 and beyond. Now, what are we going to be talking about? We're going to go over the holiday shopper mindset. We're going to recognize the different buyer stages because a lot of you'll do one inquiry and you'll just send it out and then they don't respond. And then you're like, oh, what does that mean? They don't want to book with me. No, we got to talk about how to keep them in. Just because they didn't book with you right then and there doesn't mean they're not always going to book with you. There's still good leads to us. There's still something that we can later book too, right? So we need to talk about those different buyer stages, the conversion path, and how to turn shoppers into future bookers. We're going to talk about nurture systems that can help you convert them, how content can keep you on top of their minds, and some good smart follow-up strategies with automation and tools. All right. And of course, at the end of this, I have a gift for you. I always have gifts. We love gifts. It is the holiday season, so I'm going to be giving gifts all the time. And this gift is pretty cool because it's going to actually have a lead tracker in there and a different resources that you can use to help make sure that your future bookers are going to stay in place. So, why does this training matter? Well, honestly, holiday audiences are emotionally charged. Think about the holidays. Think about us during the holidays, right? They're dreaming, they're clicking, and honestly, they're planning ahead. Even if they don't book this week, your consistency now is going to help set you up for January, February, March, April, whatever sells, right? So, what do I mean by that? Right now, people are going to come to you and they're going to want to start booking travel for the next year. That does not necessarily mean that they're all going to book right then and there. A lot of them are already setting it up. Okay, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, right? So you can use this type of lead to still convert later on, but also how to stay on top of their mind by posting what they want, right? So in that way, we can build the consistency that's going to say, oh, I saw her again. I saw her again. That's what's going to help them book too. So it's not always about booking right on the first lead, right? So our training goals, of course, with this is going to be to understand buyer psychology during the holidays, learn how to transition them, build the nurture that flows to convert later, and then turn that social engagement into booked revenue. So taking a look at these goals, what do you think is the hardest part right now for you guys? Like, what part are you guys on? Is it getting the engagement or is it actually turning the engagement into action, like following through? Because I feel like a lot of us are now starting to get engagement, especially with all of the content stuff I post and teach you guys. We should start trickling in with the engagement, right? But a lot of us don't know how to turn it into actual action. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. Now, the holiday shopper mindset. Holiday shoppers are dreaming. They're thinking about the next year, thinking about their goals for next year, maybe the places they want to visit, right? So they're going to be emotional, inspiring them with different types of ideas and even doing a lot of different content with visuals because these people need to see where they're going. They're also going to be planning. They're going to be thinking about new trips. So this is a good time to do bucket list travel for 2026, new trips for 2026, next year planning, something like that, right? And lastly, and most importantly, they're distracted, but yet very cautious. Yeah. We're distracted with the holidays, gifts, budgets, whatever, but we're going to be really cautious how we spend our money. So just because they don't book right now doesn't mean that they're not booking. They just might have to wait until after the holidays because we spent all our money already, right? So your goal is to move them from window shopping to more so vision boarding. So we need to start putting ideas in their head. We need to start posting different contents, give the gift of travel, different types of travel, right? What kind of posts do you think most dreamers would be good? What kind of posts seem to get you the most dreamers right now? Is it going to be inspirational or deal based for you guys? For me, it's always inspirational. Deal based only does so well once I've done so many inspirational posts. I don't know about you guys, but inspirational is a good way to lead and then bring in the deals. I used to actually do this one thing on my TikTok that was really well for me. I don't post on TikTok as much. I know you guys probably noticed that, but I do. I actually moved TikTok pages. I now have a TikTok page for Ash Knows Travel, and that is where I primarily lay when it comes to posting because I want to start building that. But I still feel like no matter what platform I'm posting on, it still needs to carry that content all the way through, right? So, one way that I kind of feel it works really well on TikTok when it comes to us is posting inspirational, the deal. That way they see you once, they will probably see this part again, the second one, and then the deal. And then once they see you a few times, they start opening your TikToks, right? So you don't want to ever post the same thing over and over because you don't know what part they're going to open on. So having a good like mixture or flow of like deal or not deal, inspirational, then do like a point of view, and then do, a deal, but then follow it up with the meme, right? So it's always changing the content style. That way, they're not just sitting there seeing one type of planning. They're more like, okay, here's a dreaming stage of it. Here's the planning stage of it, right? So that is kind of how we want to set it up when we're posting. So recognizing the buyer stages, right? There are different stages to all of our leads out there. The hot ones are they're asking for dates or pricing. They're ready to book soon. They're dropping it into our inquiry form. Let's go. The warm ones, they're engaging quietly. They might be liking your post, commenting, right? You want to nurture them through the next couple of months because those people are looking to buy. The cold ones, they might just be liking, but they're not interacting at all. Okay. With them, you want to re engage with new year content. Those type of people, they're just, okay, this looks cool. That looks cool. They're still dreaming. They're not even remotely ready to start planning. But if we do New Year trips, like the ones that are happening in June, July, whatever, right? Like bucket list travel, those type of content does well for them because they're dreaming of what they're going to do in the future. So they might not have exact pricing deals, but they're looking to where to go. We can hit them there too. Okay. So there's different buyer stages. So that not every person that likes your post wants to book travel, but they might want to book travel in the future. That's still a lead for us. We still need to make sure we're talking to them too, right? So here's a good conversion path on how to turn shoppers into future bookers. Step by step to move from the holiday hype to bookings. Now, capture the interest, right? When we want to capture interest, we want to encourage them to have a call to action. That is how we capture the interest. That's what a call to action does. You can encourage DMs, form signups, like a lead capture. You can do the checklist, comment below kind of deal, right? Tag your now, soon, later, whatever, right? Number two, segment by readiness. So if you start posting deals and you've already talked to a few people and you know that they're going to be interested in the deal, tag them in it. Absolutely, right? Send it to them in a DM. I don't care how you do it. Make sure that they see it. Why not? We already know they want to go there. Provide a mini win. This is a great way to pull in clients. Send top 25 destinations or a planning checklist. Something like that is a great way to kind of say, hey, look at this cool thing that I can do for you, right? Look what I found. That's positioning us, giving us authority, and also building us as an expert. But another way I would take this too is oh, I just saved my client, blah, blah, blah. Remember how I tell you guys I do a lot of booked this or client wins? Oh, I just saved the day by doing this, or my client wanted to go here, something like that. If you've ever done something like that, do that here too, because if they see that you've already handled these situations, it's a great way to pull in a lead. Next, transition the conversation. Invite them to pre-plan. So I'm doing this with several different posts, right? And you can do technically all of this in one post, but one of the posts are going to encourage them to send a DM. So that would be like a deal, right? The next one is going to just be in general different types of travel, like bucket list or places to go in 2026, something like this, right? That's the tag your now, soon, later leads. Provide a mini win. That's a client booking, or this is what I did, or here's a great planning checklist for next year, top 20, like anything right here, right? Okay, next, now we're inviting them to pre-plan. Now we're gonna, all right, if you're interested in booking, here's my inquiry form. Put that somewhere in a post. Then once you're starting to do that, you're gonna sit there, and if they engage in it, okay, and if you do inquiries for them, however that works, whenever they start doing the pre-plan, if it doesn't work out, that's when you want to promise to reach back out post holidays. Okay. And especially even if you don't hear anything back, right? Even if you don't even do the inquiry, whatever, you get them to a point. If you can tell that they're interested in travel, plan a follow up date. Don't just sit there and let it go. Like, I'm going to give you a good example. My aunt, she does tours to Ireland, etc. She likes tours a lot. And she is always going to be a warm lead for me. Now, not only because she's my aunt, because I don't reach out to my family to book them ever. Like, I don't do it that way. But I know she wants to travel. I know that she travels, right? So I always have a follow-up date. If I have a good deal, yeah, I'm going to send it to her. I'm going to tag her in it. I'm going to show it to her, right? Like, you guys have to stop just one time and done, one time and done. People travel continuously is where I'm trying to do that. So what's one small freebie or checklist you could send them that would keep them connected after the holidays? I would definitely suggest a travel for next year. Yeah. Best places to travel in 2026, or best, different options for deposits if they were interested, but they couldn't pay at the time, something like that. So just, okay. So here's some good nurture systems that can help you book too. So you could build your future bookers funnel like this. Okay. Now these technically are the free way to do it. There's other ways that you can do it. That's like paid, etc. Okay. But capture the interest. You could do that in a Google form or a Jot form. Send an automated thank you email after they complete it. It'll send the email. Share a free resource or an upcoming training invite, whether if you guys like to do like lives, stuff like that, that's what that is. And then follow up early January with new deals. New year, new deals, set that out, right? Do you guys already use nurture systems like this? Does anybody else do this? Because I do this. I have a lot of different Jot form, Google Forms, etc. It's in my link tree actually. I call it the VIP club. And basically what that is just that, hey, I know you want a future book. You might not now, but here's get enrolled, right? And then I can send them newsletters, which we will actually be going over, which we actually went over on Monday on corporate training. So if you need to learn about newsletters, you can. But this is just a great way to kind of carry it through, right? Is maybe you haven't done that. Maybe that's something you want to look into, because a lot of us waste our leads. Am I lying? A lot of us do, especially in the beginning, because we're so overwhelmed. And like, you do one booking with them and then you're like, okay, great, cool. Like, no, these people still travel. If they traveled once, they're going to travel again, right? Talk to them, send them stuff. You already have their email. Keep going, right? Content that keeps you on top of mind. Reels, where everyone's booking. It should say 2026. I don't know why it keeps saying that. But I mean, you could do 2025, I guess, if you are thinking like for the next year. You could run it that way too. I guess maybe that's why they did it that way. But I would put 2026. You saw the deals. Here's what's next. These are good for emails, post, client, spotlights, countdowns, or behind the scenes. And then for your stories, do polls, quizzes, and reminders. This is the safest place for first-time engagement, is in your stories. That way they can go in there and just click it and keep scrolling, right? But these polls are going to help you figure out what's better to market too. They're really good for that. And then if you do lives, if that's a thing for you, You can do top trips I'm planning for 2025 clients or next year clients, however you want to set that up. Okay. This is a great way to kind of carry it into I'm not done booking the future yet, right? Because we can use this new year, new trip thing for like a few months into the year. So you can ride it as you go, right? Now, smart follow up strategies. Re engage warm leads after the holidays. Every time somebody likes or comments on something, send them a DM. Yeah, here's more information. Something like that, right? Always use personalized openers. Do not ever start with like a chat GPT, like, hello, thank you for reaching us. Da-da-da. No, like, hey, I saw you like my post. Thank you so much. If you're interested, here's more information, right? And then once you find out that they're interested, we want to track the conversations in your lead sheet. I'm going to give you that. Don't worry. Okay. But let's all be honest here for a minute. How many of us have actually followed up with leads this month? There's one that I really need to follow up with, actually. We should get better at following up with our leads. I think that is one of our main issues as travel agents is that we never follow up. So how many of you guys, does anybody out there, you all followed up, or are we working on following up? Let me know. All right, automations and tools. So here's just some good systems you guys can use. We all know about Meta Business Suite. Now, I'm going to tell you one that I normally don't talk about is MailChimp because I just started using them, but I use them for team building and stuff mostly. But MailChimp in general is just like an email system. That's all it is. It just sends out emails. And they have a free version, but honestly, guys, it's going to be good for you if you have like a few emails. I think it's like the free ones, like 50 contacts, but it's meant to basically do an email drip. So like if they open this email, they'll send a different one. Like it drips down, right? System.io also does this. They do email campaigns and newsletters. It's also free. Google Sheets is the lead tracker. I'm going to show you guys that in a little bit. And then Canva Magic Write. They have good reply templates that you guys can kind of fill out in there. Canva Magic Write isn't something I normally cover. I normally do Chat GPT, but if you're already in Canva, use it, right? Chat GPT as well, we already know for everything, right? Everything. So that is all I really have to show you today for future bookers. Now, I'm going to tell you guys that something that we don't really talk about when it comes to the future bookers is that when you guys are doing these quotes, just because they didn't say yes to that quote doesn't mean they don't want to ever book. So make sure you're reaching out to them too. Okay. Now, let me show you this really cool guide that's going to kind of help you when it comes to doing this stuff. It goes a little bit deeper than what I've shared today. But essentially, it has a lot of cool things in here, right? It's got message scripts for DMs and emails. Here's a good example. So, hey, I saw you liked my holiday post. Are you thinking about 2025 getaway? Here we go. I'd love to send you a few trip ideas based on what's trending right now. Boom. There we go. Email example. I hope your holidays were amazing. My travelers are starting early on their 2025 plans to grab lower rates, better flight options. There we go. Re-engagement, January check-in. Hey, wave season's officially here. This means that the best resorts and cruise deals of the year. You decide on what you want to go for. Okay, cool. New year, new adventures, email example. Okay. Keep your connection alive, even if they say not yet. Long term, we're converting them. Hey, just popping in to say hi. Any fun trips on your 2025 wish list? I've been helping clients lock in early deals and I thought of you. Perfect, right? Now, I'm not talking about spamming people and I'm not talking about cold leads that you have not talked to. Do not do that to them. But if they are showing interest in you, reach out to them, okay? Because we can keep these leads warm. They might not be able to book right now, but that doesn't mean they're never going to book. We can keep them in a warm section to follow up with them, right? So, how to keep leads warm without feeling pushy, deliver value, be consistent, and then make sure you celebrate them. Oh, yeah. Do you guys know those ladies? Oh, man. The beach boss ladies. I'll talk about them. Beach boss ladies, they like will tell you that they will give you like so many leads or something like that. But like when you get to the end of it, they ask you for a substantial amount of money. But I did watch their class. And one thing I learned in one of those classes that they had is that they celebrate all of their leads. They know their birthdays. They, if there's posting something, they comment something. And at first, I was like, oof, I don't know about that, right? But it's not a bad idea. Like if you're friends with somebody on Facebook, right? And they might be a lead, they might be, somebody that's interested in booking with you. Engage with them, talk to them, right? Like I think a lot of us are shy and we're like scared, but they're gonna travel regardless. And I don't want you to scroll 2 months later and see that they're already traveling when you could have booked it, right? Another thing to do, share social proof. Show other clients traveling or share screenshots of happy feedback. Perfect. Re-engage at milestones. New Year, spring, back to school. All of these are natural touch points that a lot of us miss. Okay. Remember, staying present equals staying profitable. Absolutely. Here's some more Canva AI prompts that you guys can put in there for your docs. Okay. We can do that. And it even designs them too. Email header design, travel vision board. This is a good one. Story template. Okay. Nurture checklist, your step-by-step game plan. Oof, what is this? Let's open it. So I've set this up for you guys because I don't want you guys to make it too complicated, okay? But it's inside here too. And it has the name, the platform, interest, stage, date captured, follow-up date, notes, next step. This is just an example, okay? But this is how I do it. This is how I keep up with my leads. If I notice that somebody's really interested, I'll put them in here because I don't want to forget about them, right? And any past clients that I've already booked, they also go in here too. Okay, back to this. So you'll see that under the nurture list, but it tells you exactly how to do it too in here, okay? And then some bonus tips and final encouragement for you guys. But yeah, so after doing all of this training this week, do you guys feel like you are ready for the holidays? Yes, 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 yes. I think we shall all be ready to kind of book more. Yeah. And for those who might not book yet, we know what to do with them now, right? I think that's one thing that we kind of miss is the follow-up of it, right? And that's a part of marketing. It's not just here's my ads, here's my ads, here's my ads. Okay, great. Now what do you want me to do with the ads? Okay, I did something with the ads. All right, you're done with me? No, we got to keep talking to them, right? So that's really what I wanted to show you guys today. So make sure you go ahead and comment guide here, comment guide, so I can send that to you. Let me copy it real quick. I forgot to copy it. 1 second. All right. I have got it now. I'm going to put it in the chat. 1 moment. All right. So you guys shall have that. So enjoy. Okay. But here's some key takeaways. Every like or comment equals a potential client. Capture, nurture, follow up equals consistency. Give value before asking for bookings. Make sure you plan your January Reconnect week now. Start planning it out. As soon as these people are coming in, plan it out, right? Future bookers come from consistency and connection, all right? So, what is one thing you're going to start doing this week to turn more shoppers into future bookers? I think a good one would be to start following up. Do we all agree? Yes? Okay, so before you hop off, I want to show you one more thing. So I have already got my lineup for next month. I feel like I forgot to share it with you guys, so I want to share it with you. All right. So November, we are doing some really, really good topics, but they're going to be a little bit deeper than what I normally do. So we're going to talk about viral travel marketing. The first week of November, we're going to talk about travel reels, from invisible to demand, travel content. Okay, we like that. Then week 2, we're going to kind of go from marketing to sales and client flow. We're also going to talk about week 3, automation and time freedom. Do you like that one? The Lazy Girl's Guide to Booking Like a Machine. Yep, we're going to do that. Batch it and book it. Plan a month of content. That's the 30 days of content in 60 minutes, right? And then advisor week 4, this is just advisor week. So we're going to build confidence as a new travel advisor for all my newbies. And then this one, look at this one. November 26th, the day before Thanksgiving, exclusive advisor roundtable. So normally I bring in leaders, right, from like the top parts of the company, but this time we're going to have a panel and I've got a couple of good potentials here. Okay. And we have Miss Sarah Harvey. I know you guys have seen her everywhere. Miss Sarah Harvey's been out here doing all different things. And then, oh, I don't know why it doesn't say gold. It should say double gold, actually, Sarah Harvey. And then gold, Miss Joanne Tingle. I know you guys know her. She is from Rising Tide. She has done a lot of cool things here, and she's been here for quite a long time. So I wanted to bring her in because if anybody knows about being a travel agent, it's somebody who's been here for a substantial amount of years, right? And on top of that, she has actually, I've seen her, she won a scholarship through Evolution Travel. So we're going to talk about all different things with her. And Miss Sarah, we're going to learn her story. So I'm pretty excited about that. So make sure you guys, of course, come back. Same time, same place next month. Nothing's changing. 5 p.m. PST, Tuesday through Thursdays. And I will be continuing my corporate training next month too. We're going to do Engage Like a Pro, and I think we're also doing conversions. So I will see you guys next month. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hop over to my studio now. If you guys have any questions, make sure you put them there. And I will answer them. Thank you guys so much for hopping on, and I will see you next week.